Guys, welcome back to another episode of Unmotivated. Now, we've got our guy, Stan from iSharp K9 and Decoy Jkeitt. I mean, it's a lot going on there, man. I'll get back to that other time.
It's just Jkeitt now. It's just Jkeitt.
Jkeitt, there we go. He simplified it. We're going to come up with a bigger name. Now, and of course, our co-host, Maul here. Now, Stan texts me, and part of Stan's responsibility and potentially, hey, that cookie's still good, wanting to be in on our podcast and grow the podcast is making sure that he brings me subject matter. And part of that subject is today's topic is ego, man. Lord have mercy. And I felt like we covered that. If you listen to our guy, what's his name?
Q.
Guys, I'm having a brain fart right now. and that's because just due to exhaustion. But Q and his wife, and we talked about managing ourselves and all this other great stuff. You've heard those episodes, and my God, it was informative, educational, and even more important, empowering. So, Stan, please take us to ego. What was the point of you reaching out and saying, this is a topic? And let me paint a picture, people. Stan drives 90 plus miles up there. That's an hour and a half. And that means he believes in what we're doing. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in Jamal, Stan, Jamarcus, and our guy Jamil. And that was the point of this whole thing. So, walk them through why you wanted to discuss and potentially elaborate on ego.
Yeah, so I was literally in the shower and I was like, man, people take ego, I think, the wrong way. Because I think you need to have a little bit of ego to be successful. Because if you look at Kobe Bryant, Mike Tyson, all of these people, they had a very big ego, but they put their ego to the side and put the work in. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because your friend Rich said the reason why you and I would get along and do some shit later on is because we both don't have egos.
So here you felt. So there's two extremes. When you're looking about, I wrote a program up for cognitive and non-cognitive skills, and objectively, the kids need a sense of pride, but they don't need ego. So what's the negative when you look at someone who's prideful? It is egotistical. Mm-hmm. So, and pride comes, according to the Bible, right before you fail. Mm-hmm. So somebody who's super prideful and they get egotistical, and then boom, they get hit in their fucking mouth and they don't know what to do and they fail. So in this case, I don't know that ego's good. At times, I've used mine to remind people, my man, I'm simply playing with your ass. So if you really want me to double down and dive in, I'm happy to crucify you. But I really don't want to go that way. So pride is also one of those things that if you lean into it from an egotistical standpoint, you often fail yourself. So I can't say that I know that ego's good, but I do believe that people like Kobe, since you brought him up, took pride in doing the work. And that is what made others communicate, this ego, right? You go, why does Kobe have ego? I'm like, does he? Did he ever say he
like, your worth?
Worth is not often expressed in words, though. Like what billionaire have you met or millionaire met tells you how much they're worth? Matter of fact, they don't want you to know. Yeah. So they showed their worth by way of expressing what they know. Mm-hmm. And you go, so what do you do? That's the question. Like, oh, this motherfucker forced me to ask him, why is he so smart?
But do you think ego is, I guess, rooted in kind of your belief in yourself?
No.
So where would you say ego comes from?
You tell me.
That's why I'm here. I'm asking.
Also, let me just and mind you, people, this is important too, because if a guy comes to you, let's say Stan, and Stan and I've had discussions about a lot of things, but he says, "Hey, man, I really want to learn more about ego." That takes that puts me in a different position, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't require me to chastise. So ego a lot of times comes from someone feeling less than. So as we listen,
so like
to
a
big
chip on your shoulder.
Chip on your shoulder, big extra plug, and various rappers, they talk about having the big chains and things. So that gives, they feed their ego by adding materialistic things to their repertoire in a sense.
Okay.
And
somebody thinking they're important or valuable, but you really...
Yes and no. I mean, and if we go and you guys get a chance on Disney, they've got the Tom Brady story. Think about a guy like Tom Brady who it looks like he's always won, but when you watch that story, there were 10 years of him losing. There were 10 years where he never won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And Edelman, I believe, was it Edelman or the other one, right? Wes Welker. Mm-hmm. It was Welker who, you're like, damn, they're killing it. Wes Welker never won a ring. And it was Edelman who did win a ring. So when we look at pride and ego, how do you lose for 10 years and still call him the GOAT because he's got 6 rings?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the same thing like Jordan. He wasn't winning as soon as he came in the league. He had some unsuccessful years.
But it goes back to even Kobe and Jordan both having the same plight. You got to trust your team.
Yep.
So the minute they got the team and they trusted the team and the team could play, it would be foolish for a guy to like Jordan to believe he can show up and play 1-on-5.
So I
Not even
remember,
plausible.
I remember me having you and I having a conversation about being humble. You said, "Fuck being humble."
Yeah, not at all.
So where is this fine line between ego and not being humble?
I feel like
So-
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Go
but
ahead.
like fucking humble could fall in a category of, we keep fucking saying this, imposter syndrome, right? I feel like humble could fall into some categories of that. It's like you could do it, you're pretty fucking good at doing it, right? But like you don't have enough validation, or you know what I'm saying, like you don't give yourself enough validation for knowing that you could do that. Like ego, probably could fall in the characteristics of like, you know what I'm saying, like it's like you're blowing your head up more than what's like really in front of you, right? You know, you're putting a lot of hot fucking air into a hot air balloon, a lot of helium or whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like a fine line, but ego can kind of depict and assassinate one's character based on how much they pour into that. And then like fucking being humble is like, damn man, I know I'm like, when I say I know I'm the man, like I know I could do this at a high level, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still not comfortable like projecting that or whatever. So I'm gonna be humble, I'm gonna just chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I'll just, yeah man, you got it, blah blah blah. But nah, bro, you know what you're doing. Now it's like, oh man, like when you come in with that Ric Flair energy and shit like that, it goes from like, okay, you know what I'm saying, now you tooting your horn a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's so much. Yeah, it's a fine line. It's a thin love between love and hate. A thin line between love and hate, bro.
And I think that's one thing that I'm, I guess I deal with, because like I'm a lot
Go
of
back
times,
real quick and answer. What's the point of the question?
I think I'm getting to it.
Oh,
right
okay,
now,
go ahead.
because it's something that I deal with, because I think I am too humble a lot of times, but I don't want to be too egotistical at the same time. So it's like trying to find that happy medium, and that's why I like being around you guys, because like you guys aren't egotistical, but you guys aren't just super cocky motherfuckers either. So it's like,
I'm a quiet 405. And even Rich, well, with my homie, you're not really read around Rich, but a dude walked up one time and he was like, yo, can I pet that dog, man? He was like, my nigga was Rich was like, yo, son, they got a quiet 40,000 on his wrist. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, nigga, that's an AP such and such, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, nigga, you know nothing about watching, nigga. He's like, look at them shoes. That's a quiet 700. He said, because their mixes was beat up, but he had some like Travis Scott, something crazy on. And I mean, I'm not into those things, so I don't get it. But Rich saw it. Being humble is for you to allow people to step on your neck. Knowing humility is edifying those people who think they are more than you by giving them power that they think that they have. But in the end, what ends up happening is, when you know humility, is they have to redirect and come back to you, and they end up giving you all the power. So when you talk about pride, Tom Brady never said he was the greatest, but he always was proud of his team. So the pride he put into doing the work and pairing himself with receivers and being on a mission was not rooted in Tom Brady being, Tom Brady. It was like, how much better can I make my team? Which then, from a business standpoint, says, what's wealth? Wealth is not me being wealthy. Wealth is created based on how many jobs I can create that shift, change the world, and improve society. So when people say Jeff Bezos is worth such and such, or Elon Musk, you never see them stunning. Them niggas don't got chains on them. What they have done is created endless amounts of opportunities for other people to be successful.
So with him saying that, so I just, I looked at ChatGPT. I'm like, man, spit something at me, right? So ChatGPT just said, you know what I'm saying? Everything he just said about ego and pride. And then, however, the other side to it is, what could become problematic is that, you're leading to a self-centered, it's like everything is self-centered, you know what I'm saying? and it's you have an inflated sense of self-importance.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So if you think about that, it's like you pouring a lot of helium or hot air, nigga. You know what I'm
Where it
saying?
ain't supposed to go.
Yeah,
And
where
you've
it ain't
seen
supposed
it,
to
bro.
go. Yeah.
I've seen it. People like, oh man, you the GOAT, you this. I'm like, my man, I don't know shit, bro.
And pride could be
With the
also
dog thing.
correlated with arrogance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and arrogance will you will learn humility and being humble when you lean into arrogance, which is very unhealthy.
it's a thin line, dog. It's a thin
Very,
line.
very thin line. But let me tell you this, guys. If you are struggling with being egotistical or prideful, or just realistically being sure of yourself, here's what I'm sure of, and I've told Maul this. I've definitely told Stan this and Jamarcus. I'm sure that we got 20 years of work ahead of us. So where the pride comes is, I've told Stan this, is if in 5 years he grows by 1 or 5%, then I've done my job. That's a true story. So when you look at it, am I prideful? Am I egotistical? Absolutely not, because and mind you, even when we reach $100 million or sell things for a bill, that's my barrier to entry into other markets that I want to really invest in, right? And as a black man, they're not going to let you in unless you have real money to play with. And I'm sorry, $1 million is just not enough. I show up with $100 million. They're like, well, we got to hear what he has to say. That changes things. Does that make me prideful or egotistical because I believe I can change the world? No. Why? Because like today, and shout out to Jamal and Jamarcus, and Maul texted me. Somebody said, yo, so he said 11. Maul got up, was cleaning the house, just making sure it's good per se, straightening up, hitting the floors, making sure it smells good. And things could have went left. But fast forward, we met a great guy and his wife, and I think his connective tissue is going to help us build more things. We've done. Imagine me being a strong nigga who lives in my chest. Oh, big, strong, fuck everybody, I'm strong enough. Versus me, you hear people in the gym, they make all that noise, right? I don't make no noise no matter how much I'm lifting. And I be moving a lot of fucking weight. That's the truth. But today was a prime example of our work, our effort, and our intent. And that's all being considerate. So while I'm talking about the team, Maul's respectful to Q when I'm not around. Jamarcus is respectful to Q. And I've been super respectful to Q at times. And then fast forward when I say, hey, man, I'd love to have you on our podcast. It basically came full circle because there was no pride in their ego, no ego. If I wasn't in the gym comparing myself to another man, we wouldn't be here. That's the truth. If I compare my dog to Stan's dog, or Jamil's dog who's super highly trained, we wouldn't be here. That's not my job.
So why'd you name ego?
Oh, because I knew it was gonna fuck with people. I'm smart enough to know that this is one of the 7 deadly sins, and unfortunately, a lot of niggas are filled with ego. You're egotistical. There's a movie called 7 Deadly Sins with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Very good movie, but point is keep my ego in check, to say the least. But realistically, I don't have any. If anything, ego amongst my other dogs are reminders that I don't want nothing to do with none of you niggas. Not in that way, at least. So I definitely appreciate the questions about ego. But what I love, as you asked about Rich, is that Q's interaction today for me, it justified quite a few things. And one is Jamal doesn't always go to the gym with me or Jamarcus, and Jamarcus doesn't always go to the gym with me or Jamal. And sometimes it's just me and Jamal, and other times it's me and Jamarcus. Here's the facts. Whenever we've seen this guy over the past 4 months, we've all definitely shown him some consideration and some kindness, because when he walked in here, he didn't feel any type of way.
So you met him at the gym?
Oh, he's a trainer at the gym. So I told them, guys, I think this dude could be advantageous to our future, so we got to get him on our podcast.
Okay.
And mind you, he missed the day, right? He's like, I didn't hear nothing from like a week. He got sick. So, oh man, I got sick. Boom, boom, boom. So I sent him a message at the end. I said, we seen him. I said, yo, I see we gonna fight, nigga. And he just like, oh man, please, boom, 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 whatever. Long story short, I shot him a message after not talking to him for a week or 2 weeks, literally. And he says, you know what? I'll pull up tomorrow. He shows up, and he said, I'm so glad you reached out, right? And part of me reaching out was like, I can live with you saying no thank you. I can't live with you doing is not answering me. You say, fuck you, nigga, I don't want nothing to do with it, I can live with that. But you give me no answer, that's not okay. So you put your pride aside, right? And then think about it. This guy trains at the gym we work out at. I shoot him a message. He says, let's do it this weekend. Weekend comes, I hear nothing from him outside of, yo, I'm not feeling well. Fast forward, I say, yo, let me know when you're feeling better. Don't hear nothing from him. We get to the gym, ain't heard nothing since. He's at the gym working a week later. Now, to be clear, 5 days straight, we are at the gym. We don't see him one time. He's normally there within the time frames we are in. That's the truth. We don't see him. The following week, let's say on a Monday, he's there. I say, yo, my man, what's up, bro? I ain't heard nothing back from him. Boom, boom. He's talking to somebody. Stops what he's doing and says, oh, I'm supposed to be on the podcast. Boom. He's talking to somebody who's worth a lot. I shoot him another message. So let's say that Tuesday passes. Today's what? Saturday, Sunday?
Sunday.
So yesterday, literally yesterday, I say, what time tomorrow or today can you come do this podcast? I ain't no hello, nothing, nigga. And he's like, I could come tomorrow. He said, what time works tomorrow? I said, let's do 11 o'clock. Boom, he comes at 11 o'clock. Mind you, me being a nigga, if I was in my feelings or emotions, I would have never sent him another message. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Like, nigga didn't basically look me in my face. I will get to you.
So
then we turn around. He didn't respond and didn't show up a week when he said he was. Could have got in my pride, right? That's two moments where no nigga would have keep trying, right?
you just hit it. I was going to ask you, was it ego or pride? If you would have.
Neither one.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can live with you saying go fuck yourself, but I can't live with you ghosting me. I just acting like I don't exist, nigga.
Yeah.
And as I told him, I said, yo, we gonna be at the same place at the same time moving forward. You got to deal with me, bro. And it took everything in me to not act like my color. When we seen that one day we was in there, the other one, I almost ran up on him when he was with a client. I said, I ain't gonna act like color. Just don't do it, nigga. Don't. I really had to talk myself out of it. Because I was going short like, yo, my man was good. I'm that kind of nigga. I'm high pressure nigga. But mind you, egotistically, even in that, I've already been denied twice. He's already overlooked me and looked past me in someone else's opinion. So you go, man, I ain't said shit to that nigga. Fuck that nigga. I'm good, nigga. That nigga want to come on my podcast? Fuck him. I'm like, nah. This nigga gonna look me in my face and tell me to go fuck myself. That's the only way this works, nigga. And then still hadn't seen him. And 3 or 4 days after the time we saw him and interjected when he was speaking to someone, like, yo, my man. He's like, hey, y'all, I'm going to get with you. And he responded. He showed up today. And by far, one of the best experiences I've had next to meeting you in a good while with an African-American male who really wants what's best for himself.
Responded well, too, though, because after we left, Jamarcus and Trev was ahead. And I was, like, slightly behind Trev, but I still could hear the conversation lingering when he was talking with his client, who was talking about some good business. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, the dude was just like, the client was just like, yo, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, man, these dudes have a podcast. So, you know, he also is representing and bringing awareness to what we got going on.
Yeah.
Because he still was excited about it.
Still.
It wasn't like he was just dodging. He just had shit going on. But,
Life happens.
yeah,
That
but
happens,
the way
bro.
he explained it, like, as I still heard because you know when you're walking out the gym, you still can hear lingering conversation, whatever you lock onto. And he just was like, yeah, man, I'm supposed to do a podcast with these dudes, man. And dude was like, what kind of podcast? And he was like, yeah, you know, dude does dogs and whatever. And I'm like, as I'm walking out the gym, I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Because he could have just was like, you know, downplayed it.
Yeah.
But he had the same energy how he was talking to his client about whatever they was talking about with, you know, the same situation, interaction with Trav.
And fast forward, people, had I lived in pride and ego, he wouldn't have been here today.
Yeah.
Because the pride in me would have been like, man, fuck the nigga, I ain't ever asking him again. But the ego in me don't exist. So I go, I can live with hard yeses and hard no's. I'm a black and white person. I can't live with that guessing shit. That shit don't work too. I never was good at guessing.
We ain't OG Maco, nigga. Yeah, bitch, you guess it. You don't know what's going on, man.
Hey, so even when you're asking about ego, I don't know how to live there because, you know, life is short, man. And here's the facts. Here's one thing I learned despite my I use the word discrepancy, if not issue, we'll just call it an issue, with having friends and communities and business partners and things. I've had a lot of concerns and issues at times with dealing with people in that way, but here's the truth. I'm also not stupid enough to believe I could do this by myself. I did it. I built T-Fit by myself, bro. It was exhausting. It still is. And so if we're going to really scale up to a 25 million, if not $1 billion company, how do we get there? We don't get there because of pride and ego. We get there because we do the work, man.
Yeah.
And the only thing that makes sense is it works. So I love when Jamal said, yo, you know, he was still doing this. I love that I still was able to reach back and say, hey, did you? And even more importantly, put my shit aside. Because had I lived in, I'm that nigga, I got all these followers, this nigga ain't nobody, I can't believe he would respond.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had today's been a great day, man.
It was an awesome day.
I can't look, bro. There's very few times in your life where you like, yo, how was your day today? Like, today was a good day. Seriously,
Cube.
bro.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know, where you guys stand in it, though. But it's like ego and pride and all of those things. It's like I don't think it's bad, for an individual until it becomes problematic to where it starts to pour into situations where they become toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It starts to put you it starts to jeopardize your, yourself and whatever you're around. I feel like certain things, with, how life is and what the human goes through, some of these things, a certain percentage is good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But being able to have the grace to understand when to,
Hold back.
you know what I'm saying, and really assess the situation. Because one thing we spoke about earlier is what we don't know everything.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So knowing that you are a small little fucking grain in this fucking multi-universe, you know what I'm saying? You can't be super pumped and super juiced on ego and all these things that inflate you. You know what I'm saying? But you could use it to like be it could be a catalyst, for movement, for momentum. But, once you understand, that too much of anything isn't good.
So at what point would you have not asked anymore?
When he said, fuck you?
So you would have kept asking no matter, even if he just kept bullshitting you?
Yeah.
So you wanna get
That's that type of person he is,
You
though.
want to get that no? It's like
I need a hard no, bro.
Hard no, yeah. I
Kevin-
can't rest until I get that hard no, bro.
Kevin Hart made a good statement. He said, he was on the stage with Grant Cardone. You guys get a chance, go type that thing in. He said that if somebody called you right now and said, or just put up there, hey, he looks, Yankees, you hit the ball, not a home run. I believe it was just hit the ball. If you hit the ball on somebody who's a professional pitcher, you get $5 million. He said, here's a challenge. Some people would have stood in line, swung and missed, and went back to work or gave up. He said, I just got to hit the ball.
Yeah.
I would have learned. I learned so much in that first swing. You get one swing, right? Or you get to get out. So you get 3 swings. 1, 2, 3.
Strikes you out.
Strike you out. And so you go, I learned a lot. Oh, I know what to do next time. That's real life business, right? When you become an entrepreneur. So in this case, people are used to giving up because someone said no or it didn't work out. Me, you gonna have to you gonna make me believe you meant no, and that's like a crazy chick. Chicks be like this. Well, you keep answering my text messages, nigga. They ain't going nowhere, nigga.
You know about this though. It's almost like you could another situation where you kind of could pull narrative from is like cold calling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you trying to get a fucking property.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, shit, you just spent some bread on a list of leads. But whether they say they hot and ready or whatever the case may be, you still got to call, and it's like you gonna give up off the one call, knowing that only 1 or 2 calls could put you at 40K profit for the month.
Yeah, like,
you know
I
what
get
I'm
calls
saying?
like to this day, like people will like call like, "Hey, can I speak to such such?" Like, "Oh, they don't live here." Hey, you got a property for sale?
Yeah. That's a humble. So look, that's a humbling experience, right? Because getting all those no's and rejection, you're gonna be like, man, fuck this. That's pride and ego.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need this. But nigga, what? You gotta double down.
I don't have it
to
when it
create
comes
something.
to get where we're going, people.
Yeah, man.
That's what I love about Maul and I mean even you Stan and Jamarcus. Jamarcus has definitely been on that call 1,000 people in a month to gets told get the fuck off my line, and vice versa. I used to look for 10 no's a day, and for those who've listened to the other episodes with my guy Parker, it's a guy who's well over worth 8 or 9 figures, and
Yeah,
and
I had to go do my research on
No,
that.
that was one of them ones. He one of them ones.
so you look up and you say, a guy who's got it set a rule for himself where he sends out 7 offers a day, 5 days a week. Why would he do that? Because he has a vision and an idea to buy 10 homes in a year. I need to buy 10 homes. I need to save 10%. I need to be able to take my family to Spain for 30 days. He was very clear, and he walked you through, as he said, I just took you through that exercise so that you too could achieve these things. He's taken 7 people, 2, as he called it, ghetto twins, to overseas to Spain, getting everybody's passport. And he's 34 years old. People, the guy's precise, and I assure you, it's not pride and ego. And what I love about Parker, and I've learned this, I've went into to meetings with him and been very addictive in what I'm doing. And he has such a patience about him where he goes, well, I think you may be thinking about it the wrong way, Trev. What I would consider, and even how he frames it, he's setting you up for, he wants you to hit a home run. Here's the thing. A lot of you people are around people who want to strike you out. They want to feel like they're the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Parker's like, here's what I would consider. Just consider this. Imagine if it was just this way and you did this and you go, fuck. That was fucking smart. And it's the only time where someone gets to make me feel like I make them feel.
Like he's saying it in a way where it's like he's not like
Talking down,
but it's like
no pride, no ego.
Kind of giving you a gem.
And guess what? I'm dead asleep the other day, and Maul says, "Yo, where you on?" He WYO. I have no clue what that means. So I'm like, it has to be, what are you on? I have no clue what this, I didn't read this in a book anywhere. So I'm like, I don't know what this talking about. So I'm guessing, right? I just go, oh man, I'm just upstairs in the room. He says, hey, we're trying to put this thing together. Could you ask Parker? I said, yeah, let me shoot him a message. Shoot Parker a message Friday night with his family. And he responds back to me, of course. And then eventually I was like, yo, let me just call this dude because they're trying to solve this problem. And he gives some good advice. He says, hey, listen, guys, I wouldn't do that if I were you. We did that with a truck, and it fucked the truck up. And you don't want to pay that price because these trucks aren't cheap. But imagine not having access to experience, right? It'll fuck you all the way up. But point is, this guy, 34, could live in pride and ego, have no reason to drive here. He drove 24 minutes. And 24 miles, if we're being candid. I said, hey, man, I'd love to get you on a podcast. I said, we're going to see this one through. It's the first one where I own everything, so we have no reason to quit. Whereas, before someone else owned the information, he says, okay, I have to take the kids back to Florida. I'll come out there at 9:30. And he was here about like 9:30, right? And sat down, gave us a couple hours, and he says, why don't you guys come to the house next week? And so you get to go to his house. He's got a whole media room. That makes sense. But you go, well, what are we going to put it on? He's like, Jamal's like, shit, we put this in the truck. We'll fucking take all this shit. You know what I mean? Because what you fail to realize at times, there's more value in the relationship with this guy than it is in getting anything out of him. It's pride and ego, right?
Yeah.
And there's only root, even with my guy Maul, spending some my guy Rich. Rich, I said, yo, bro, Rich is contacting you because he fucks with you, bro. Yeah. I just connected a dot, my nigga. Yeah. I made sure you met Rich because I knew you guys would be beneficial for each other. The time Rich needs me because I'm his friend foundationally, and he gonna talk to me about everything. And there's time he gonna want to talk to somebody like yourself. Yeah. And spend some time with you, and that in itself is a beautiful thing because that was the point. I don't have any pride and ego with like people getting together. Yeah. I wasn't in control of that. I was in control of making sure you two met. Yeah. Past that, good luck. don't fucking.
That's how it is with my boy Sean that owns Say Cheese.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people they're like, oh, I can't get in contact with him. I send him a text and he shoot me right back, or I call him and he answered up. But I asked him one day. I was like, man, like people say it's hard to get in contact with you. I was like, why you always answer? He's like you don't ever ask me for nothing.
Yeah.
He's like everybody that like all of my friends ask me for stuff. He said like y'all the only ones that never like say y'all need something from me. Yeah. So it's like a different relationship that we got.
Yeah.
Because he used to people calling him like, hey, I need this, I need that. And I just be calling him like random stuff.
Like, nigga, where was you at when I needed shit? No, I get it. People come in different aspects of people's lives, but the main niggas that's just like fucking, you know what I'm saying, just hanging around, leeching on, like, yo, instead of coming together like what we doing, and trying to highlight everybody's voice and their opinions and what they got going on. Where was y'all niggas at when we was trying to create something that could fucking benefit all of us?
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, I'm not finna shoot you $200, nigga. Fucking groceries, nigga.
Yeah, we had a couple people be like, hey, when y'all drop grenade off, we want to go. We're like, nah. Sean don't want y'all niggas knowing where he live.
Yeah, and mind you, it's kind of like I like what your guys done. I also didn't think of myself that way. Yeah. Now we're in the same position where they're like, yo, I need to get to that guy.
Yeah, but he always tell me like, don't make yourself too accessible. Like, don't make it easy for people to get to you.
Which goes back to if you come within 5 feet of me, you got to bring value. Yeah. I'm going to chastise the shit out of you, and you're going to be real uncomfortable if you get within 5 feet because I don't know how to live below my ideas of living. So you go, that ain't gonna work too well. You should have just stayed home, my nigga. Somebody told you to come over there. And
like people with us, they be like, "Hey, I want to owe me Trev," and we like,
you don't want to
do that, buddy. You be strung out, nigga.
This nigga Trev just fucking ripped somebody up earlier, nigga.
Right.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I point is when you're talking about pride and ego, man, it's a scary thing because it gets in the way, in my opinion, of a lot of success. But what I've loved about the greats is even when I least skin, I must be the greatest. It's really rooted in all the work he did.
Yeah.
All the fucking work he did, the team he had, the trainer he had, the manager he had, the Kentucky group managing his money and doing good business. It was all those little things that made him valuable to a world much bigger than we even understand, right? Mm-hmm. Be it basketball, be it dog, be it football, be it boxing. It's a completely different world. So I think it would be hard for me to answer that directly in terms of, hey, what is pride and what is ego?
It's a necessary evil.
Because I think it's a 50-50 thing. Like, you got to have pride, but pride can also get you killed.
Oh, it'll definitely get you killed.
There'll be people that you'll be at gunpoint and they be like, I'm not giving it up. But people say you should have put your pride to the side.
Nigga.
Let it go, bro.
You better let it.
If you got it the way you supposed to, nigga, you want to go. You want to get them jewelry and shit. Get some insurance, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yo, look, you nigga, you pull up on me, boy. You could take it, nigga. If I can't back out, you know what I'm saying, the way I want to, I know, nigga, I got my shit the right way. I didn't go super cash. Yeah. I leveraged myself. I love that word. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny
bro.
because that's a word we keep hearing.
Niggas too old, bro.
Every fucking thing people keep talking about leverage. So
yeah, I dropped 20, 30, 40 bands on this, and nigga come take it, and you don't got no insurance, so you just out 30, 40.
Man, facts, bro.
Boy, you got me fucked up, nigga.
So I don't know how to live there because, let me be very clear and say I want what's best for Jamil. I want what's best for Stan and Jamal and Jamarcus. And if I'm being candid, I don't always want what's best for me. That's the truth. Therefore, if I believe, as I've said, I can take it, guys. I can take the beating, the struggle, the strife, the headache, the hurt, the pain, whatever. I don't want them to have to deal with that shit. So when you say pride and ego, man, pride not the best person because pride and ego is not what builds great stories. It is the work that builds any story, point blank. Without the work, there is no story. Yep. So be it Shaq who owns, they say, Shaq owns everything. The man worked hard to be Shaquille O'Neal. Then he went to Stanford and got his MBA. Then he turned around and made sure you understand he was good at business. Then he leveraged his money and bought everything. And he's still buying things. So you go, and has he ever, he talks about people in his top 5. He don't put himself number 1. And most prideful, egotistical people be like, oh, I'm the best of such and such. You be like, I think this person was better this way. So you go, what is pride and ego? When I'm looking at the people who did it at the highest level in any category, Jeff Bezos was asked on stage, would you want them to know you as a billionaire entrepreneur? He says, I'd want them to know that I was a good dad. And think about that. Guy's worth $1 trillion fucking dollars, and I'm being funny, but definitely worth $100 billion. And he said, I'd rather be known for being a good father. The things that are of value to him. And I remember on one stage, he said, it's okay to kind of walk people through and thank my parents. Because without them, this wouldn't exist. Because they were the first investors in this idea of the internet before they knew what the internet was. But they weren't betting on the internet. They were betting on their son. And most of y'all ain't got one person that had a bet on you. This young man, his dad and mom gave him $300,000 hard-earned fucking cash. And they have the biggest stake in Amazon, to be clear, because they believed in their son. And foundationally speaking, 20-plus years ago, he was just selling books online. You get down to the nitty-gritty, it was nothing more than a fucking book online. No more, nothing more, nothing less.
And probably him saying he wanted to be a good dad is because of how his parents did him. So it's like his parents looked at him like, oh, he know what he doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him this. So it's like, I'm gonna be a good dad. So whenever my kids want to do something, I'm gonna pour into them how my parents poured into me.
And that's pride and ego, though, right? So you take that stuff out the equation. For every great
Yeah.
person I've ever met, it wasn't pride and ego. It was a love of something greater than themselves that really got them to where they wanted to be. Apple included, Google included. You don't hear about, like, you ask the average person, hey, who started Google? 9 out of 10 won't know Sergey Brin and Larry Page. Sergio Brin and Larry Page. They were like, who's those guys? Guys who fucking wrote that Google thing you use all the time? Those are the founders, my man. You know, they don't know that. How many people love Netflix? Oh, how many people know Reed Hastings? Oh, that's right, you don't. And he was one of the people who genuinely believed in improving the California educational system to the point where they told him to shut the fuck up. So he went back after building Netflix to get a degree from Stanford in education to sit on the board. And when he tried to directly impact education, they were like, whoa, my man, we're never going to fix this for these dumb niggers. They were like, you just need to shut up and sit on the board. That didn't fare well with him. These aren't people who live. You know what's funny is when you look at the billionaire guys, yeah, they might have some nice homes and some fun things, but most of those guys don't have a lot. What they do have is peace. And the peace they have is them doing things that they really love. And a lot of them, John Paul DeJoria, who sold, started Patron, and Paul Mitchell and various things. These guys, they just want to help people. That's the whole point of having money. So the people that I follow and in a 2 degree might want to even mimic, like you don't think Mark Cuban even, we're in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. Mark Cuban's a big name. Jamal's literally met Mark Cuban. You ever think of Mark Cuban as a lavish guy? Does he speak highly and does he seem egotistical and arrogant at times? But how many good things does Mark Cuban do? A lot of fucking good shit, right?
A lot.
So do we look at him as an ego? Yeah, he's kind of egotistical, it seems like. But for the most part, who's he not helping?
Like, yeah, and I think, like you said a little bit ago, you said, like, I guess the ending to a story is you want to know who helps people out. So it's like, like,
Y'all, let me tell you something. We can walk you through something real quick. I didn't have it about. I had about a quarter of goddamn tequila reposado. we just drank about a pitcher of goddamn beer, and then we turned around. I got 2 beers I had here. And then I had 2 green tea shots when I was at the fucking bar a second ago. I'm tired.
I hear it.
Your shit is on, bro. Tap it again. That's okay. Sometimes it hit it again. Let me see. Oh damn, his shit ain't.
I hear it.
Oh damn.
Yo.
There we go.
There we go. We back.
Motherfucking iPhone took him out.
Hey, Jamarcus, what you make him?
Hey, Jamarcus said make nothing. He was like, yo, you want a man's best friend? I said, nah, nigga, I got a friend in the room, nigga.
Nah, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like,
Drop my goddamn
the ending
ball.
of like, the ending of anybody's story is like how many people you help.
Man.
Bro.
You know what?
What?
That is some powerful shit right there, bro. Because here's the dilemma, right? I got caught up in that, right? Because I empathize with one to help people that remind me of certain places that I've been at, right?
Yeah.
And I always was a dude that was like, yo, I know I mean well, so if I get in a room or I get around certain places, I want somebody to pour into me so I could be able to go pour into them, right? So, but at the end of the day, not at the end of the day, but in a lot of circumstances, that shit can be detrimental to, you know.
Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta be the right person. People,
yeah, man.
Like I know Stan. Like whenever we do something, Stan, he's quick to invite everybody.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't think everybody need to go.
Shit, I'm the same way, man. It's the same thing this nigga tells me. You know what I'm saying? I just naturally want to help you because I was the dude that
Was given an opportunity.
I was given an opportunity, and I was around shit when I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
But I was never like a fucked up individual. I just wasn't able to catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's my thing. Like I've been literally around the world a lot of times, basically, and like going overseas isn't like an exotic experience. That's normal.
Yeah.
So like even when we're going to Denmark, we were inviting people. There was like 10 people gonna go. You know who ended up going?
Yeah,
Jamil
too
and I.
probably. yeah.
But it's like these people talk so they want to do all this shit, but they really don't. Like a lot of people said they've never been out of Fort Worth. Like, can you fucking imagine not going out of a fucking city, bro?
So two major things happen with that, right? Yo, niggas ain't got no vision, one, and they put themselves just like Ab's favorite quote is when you talk about is it a fish or something? You take it from a fucking inside a fucking tank and then you put it inside the ocean and it fucking grows. People are creatures of their habitat, right?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is that niggas just don't be having no fucking money, dog. And people don't know. And like real shit, niggas is like, yo, you get excited about something, you want to do something, and it's like, all right, well, shit, I want to be a part of that. I want to catch involved with these folks.
Yeah.
Yo, just tell me your shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because then we could. Now you're gonna probably miss out on this opportunity.
But yeah, next time we can.
Next time we could come up with
That's
a
how it
plan.
is. Like we plan trips. It was we going to New York.
But people
one
don't.
time,
But
and
people don't know that though.
It'd be $300 to go to fucking New York. I got somebody who's gonna let us stay where we need to get to. We can fly on Spirit out there, and all you gotta do is have some money for 3 days, nigga.
Man,
But they rather go buy the J's for $350
that too though.
and wear them bitches, but they don't want to go and take a trip. They're like, nah, I need like a stack to go out there.
and
Why?
Like, why? You don't need like.
Why?
Every time we like plan like a group trip, it just end up being me and Stan.
Nick, but this anything go though, right?
You're the wrong group, nigga.
But look,
We used to be.
this what I learned though, right? This what I learned. This what I learned. They in the wrong group.
hey, we ain't looking back. Spaceships don't come with rear view mirrors.
But now, like, all right, so look, my thing is that don't go nowhere with motherfuckers that you can't trust, right? Yeah, don't go nowhere with niggas. Don't go nowhere with niggas like yo. To the point where you know how Trev has trust issues. Everybody got different
Severe.
type of barriers that they got to break, right? But it's like yo, I'm to the point where I can say if my shit was fucked up, but I want to be a part of something. You know, I could put my pride and ego down and be like, yo, I kind of want to experience this with y'all. This is where I'm at. You know, how could we do that?
But that's being a real nigga.
You know what I'm saying? And then
You know, that's parts of doing me too, because you said it's being a real nigga. Look, I'm tired of you
it's
niggas.
just being vulnerable.
just
You know what
being
I'm saying?
vulnerable.
It's being
Yeah.
vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
But I think everybody
Ma-
here
Ma-
like we can figure it out.
Yeah,
Like, if
you
we
know
wanna
what I
really
mean.
do
But
something, we
like,
can figure
but
it out.
having that is clutch because you got to think about how many years you went without having it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think I look at shit like that because you know what I mean. Like, it's just there's a lot of people that want to do shit, but they don't know how to do. They uneducated, but they get a certain sense of they get real. I don't think it's hysteria. They get real excited about what your momentum is and wanting to be a part of that.
Yep.
But they don't know how to insert themselves in that. So they're gonna tell you, yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah.
let's go do that. And the
But
whole
then-
time, nigga got like fucking negative 67 cents in his bank account. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Or they just got shit they got to take care of. But you know, it's priorities and organizing.
It's communication at
And
the
communication,
end of the day.
correct.
I mean, there was a time where I mean, it was slow, and I'm like, "Hey, twin, look, I know we just got paid on this dog, but I
Yeah.
got to do this." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
Bro, it happens, dog.
Yeah.
Nigga, I tell you how
But
many
that's
times
the thing, like,
I made a lot of money, nigga, and tell you how many times it's just like, okay.
but that's the
Okay.
thing. Like when it comes to like business, like a lot of people don't want to get paid like behind the expenses. So like if like Stan got to buy like sleeves or we got to pay for the porta potty or lawn,
My porta potty $300 a
like
month.
a lot of people like they want to
Damn.
get paid before
And
that.
that's to
It's
keep
like,
people from using the bathroom in your house.
Yep.
they want to get
wild,
paid
man.
before that. So like a lot of people, if you really want to get paid, it's like, all right, well I'm gonna take this out of this,
Porta
this
potty
out of that, and we can all get paid. But if you want to get paid, sometimes it's gonna be like, hey, we gotta take care of this right now. Because a lot of people don't know what the monthly expenses are.
Nobody does. Nobody does. That's why I ask
Call
these
fixed
niggas
costs, bro.
questions all the time, nigga, because they tell it to me. It's so refreshing. Be like, yo, bro, how much does this cost?
Yeah.
What's this? You know, what's going on? You know what I mean? And you can get a real honest answer. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But back to Stan. Porta party in the crib is crazy. I hope that I have I hope that I have the permission to actually step inside the crib.
No, for
and
sure.
use it.
certain people here.
So,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
But
certain
porta
people,
potty is crazy. If you gotta use a porta potty, you gotta be like, yo, do I need to be here right now?
But it's clean, it's tidy, it's,
Nah, it's
it's
probably the
empty,
best one you ever seen.
regular.
That's all right. That's
Like,
fine.
it's
That's fine.
taken care
Shout
of.
out to Stan's porta potty.
Stan's
Then.
got a lot of people that come in and out of his house, and unfortunately,
That's gangster though, bro. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
it's
nigga,
like-
go. There's a porta potty
Hey,
over there.
you got a
nigga.
restroom? Yeah, it's around the corner right
But
there.
like the right
Yeah.
people, the
Send
right
a nigga
people,
to the
like,
slave.
you don't want everybody in the house, but the right people here, like, you can go in there.
Yeah, but like, you know, because I got kids, my wife, you know, they be in there doing what
No,
they
that's a
do.
fact. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like there's some niggas you don't want looking at your wife.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
all right,
That's
no,
a
bro,
fact.
you
That's
gotta
a
keep
fact.
everybody. So Stan, if you were, I mean, because this is your topic, but not mine. You know, what were some of the things you'd want to better understand by way of ego, pride, arrogance, whatever else? You know,
No, I mean, y'all kind of hit it on and like just exactly what I was thinking myself. I just kind of wanted clarification because you need a little
I don't know
bit.
that it's clear, bro. I got to be honest. I don't know that it's clear because we collectively live in a different space.
Mhm.
I don't want to walk out the house and be so egotistical or prideful. Now, mind you, the thought is I'm that way, but in retrospect, I best suited serving the community, and that's by way of work. So,
Yeah, but you don't mind putting in the work. And
at all.
just like I listened to the podcast we did Thursday when it was just you and I.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't fucking know, bro.
He's
I'm telling you right
on
now. Look, Jamarcus went over the numbers with me today, and we did a video, and we've got how many downloads you say, man? 500 since we started. So 500 we started. 200 into 7 days, bro. That's huge.
Ooh,
And when I say that,
we should
guys,
market that.
I've been on a lot of podcasts,
We could post
and it
about
didn't
that.
work. It didn't work because the intent, the pulse wasn't there, the mission wasn't there, the vision wasn't there, and to see that this is working, you go, wow, man.
But it's working because it's not like you want to be the only one heard. You
Oh.
giving a spotlight to a lot of people.
And
so
and
it's-
and I'm going to do topics by way of Better Best Dog, and I would tell you guys this. So one of the sections we're going to bring to the podcast is, hey, this is a moment with T-Fit, kind of like Andy Versalis, I believe is what Jamarcus told me. So Jamarcus might say, God, boss man, I want you to talk a little bit about, might be that word ego or pride or something else he's dealing with. And I'll do an 8-minute segment, bare minimum, on what goes into it, start, middle, finish, and how to handle it. And it's because I do, for one, people do at some point want to hear what I have to say. And I could draw perspective and be very clear about what to get in terms of result. But to your point, Mill, absolutely right. As I've told Q who was earlier today, I'm doing this because I believe in Jamarcus. I believe in, Jamal. I believe in Stan and in yourself. I believe in what it is we're trying to achieve. And this lends an opportunity for people to hear more about us in a way that we might not get a chance to express or share. And this is a commitment, man. It's a commitment to sit down, and we've literally been podcasting all day. So, and what was that? This past Tuesday, it was kind of all day thing. I mean, we're from Parker to the two. We had an hour break, and then the tattoo girl came with the such and such. Black Ink crew, such and such. You look up and you go, that was a full day's work. And I already know Wednesday, my buddy Colton will be 1:30, and then
Damn, you got
Tuesday.
You got Parker Tuesday. You got Wednesday, Colton. We still looking for Rodell and Troy.
yeah, and then we got Sunday for sure. Old boy just said,
Sunday.
"Yo, Sunday."
What
him and his
about
wife.
that's the Lewis dude?
Q.
No, what about Louise?
Who's Luis?
The dude, U-Haul,
U-Haul.
2-star chef when you went to.
Oh yeah, we got to get him too.
and I'm gonna
So
try to,
I'm
like,
he gonna make me show
Sean
up at
and
his job.
Say cheese. I'm gonna try to like come in for one of these Sundays.
Bro, bring it. Don't
Bring him,
look.
man.
I'm gonna
Bring
tell you
him,
this, Mill. Don't try. Just give him option.
But he
And
already
I-
told me. He said he'll do it. He said he need a day.
give him a Sunday.
Ain't he in Dallas?
Yeah, he probably live like 25 minutes from here.
See what I'm saying? And mind you, it's just realistically another opportunity for them to.
Tell him bring a say cheese thing too, so we can zero in on that too. It's marketing all across the border.
But it's
Whatever
one of,
y'all got, bring to the spot. Man.
and the beauty about it is it gives us more reach because we're onto something, right? And I think we'll last longer because of what we're trying to achieve, slowly but surely, right?
And it's the truth.
I be listening to these podcasts. I be at work. I listen to the one with your boy Tree.
Oh shit, Tree, my
He
nigga.
funny that.
Hey, look. Hey, he right where you need to be.
You know what I'm saying? And mind you, some of us don't know that the people we're around have voices.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we started this podcast, and niggas got something to say. He said, "Damn, nigga, I didn't even know that nigga had no fucking life in him."
That shit was funny. We was walking to Starbucks and he said, I can actually hear Jamil talk now.
I did. I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo, that
facts.
nigga Jamil got some words in his."
See?
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
everybody he's quiet, he's always paying attention, but he got a lot to say.
That's Tree too, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga, you think, and no disrespect to my bro, you know what I'm saying? Because he's an avid listener, nigga. This nigga be saying, he's like, yeah, I'm on this one too. I just downloaded this one too. He just be downloading shit just because we on it, right?
Yeah.
But like, yo, bro, Tree's a bro. Like, he'll come, you know, you drink with this nigga, be sleep on the couch.
That's what Trav says. I come in, he be on the couch.
On the couch, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts, nigga.
let some shit happen, nigga.
That nigga beat you to death.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga will wake up out that coma, nigga. And I'm like, damn, I got a nigga like Trev and Tree.
It's a dangerous house to walk into.
Almost put me in a
And I'm
situation
on
where
10,
I'm like,
nigga.
you said what, nigga?
I just want to try this shit.
What that money you owe me, nigga?
Hey, can y'all take a ride with me real quick?
No,
Yeah,
nigga, come
we
to the
about to
house.
go get some brunch real quick,
I asked
nigga.
Kat one time. I was like,
I gotta
yo,
go to Dallas.
he had a cousin in here who was like, you know, I just heard the temperature change. And I was like, yo, is Maul good in there? Because Maul doesn't know me. At the time, Maul don't know me like this, but like if his nigga's acting unruly, I'm glad to open up the door and be like, hey, my man, you good? And that could rub a nigga the wrong way. But then mind you, if I ask a question, I'm praying to God you gonna act up. Because now I get to be myself.
Yeah.
And that's not a good person to be
He get
clear.
to shine in his other element, nigga.
Yeah,
That
nigga.
element, that
That's
nigga
nigga in the
shit.
ceiling somewhere, nigga. But and that's not the
Shit.
violence in me. It's like, yo, my job at this particular moment in time, protect guys, you know, like Maul and, you know, keep Micah safe, etc. But if I don't think the temperature's right, it's like, yo, if he was gonna stand alone, that's fine. But they came into the place that I call home as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had the audacity to come in here and act up, it's like I have to protect this house with my life like anybody else.
Whatever
And,
happens, that's your fault.
I be trying to tell my guys like, yo, I can handle. I've been able to handle a lot of situations.
Yeah, and Maul's not a small
But
person,
this,
bro.
this nigga like this nigga Trevor looked at me. He was like, you know what? You know, being around with you a month, nigga, you take too long to get to the point, nigga. niggas don't got time, nigga.
Yeah.
If it's what did Miko say? If it's some straighten, nigga, we need to straighten.
Yeah, that's one thing you get around Trev. You get real short about shit.
Yeah, bro, real short. And I'm like, damn, maybe I do need to be, you know, develop a.
But I
Yeah,
think,
mind
like,
you,
'cause
it's
you're
only
from New
because-
York, though, right? So it's like,
Bro, but I always, even in New York,
He's
I've gotten the
empathetic, bro.
most fights because I'm always trying to, you know, put myself in niggas' shoes.
Yeah.
And doing that, landed a lot of punches. and then, you know what I'm saying? And then now I got to show a nigga that I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like you said, you might not have, you know what I mean? You might not have another opportunity to do so, you know, trying to, you know, just move like that. So it's like you always got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Guards always got to be up. So I
Yeah.
get it, man.
No, and fast forward, I mean, it's kind
I
of
don't like seeing niggas get hurt. So I'm just like, yo, bro.
I think people would presume I do, but I don't either, man.
Like,
But
I know what the bro's gonna do. I know what my bros is gonna do. I know what I could do, but like, yo, bro, just go that way. Just
leave me alone.
Niggas don't never go the
they
opposite way.
they want to
bro.
test their luck, bro. Look, luck left town, bro. It's just left town. You come into a place where the only thing that matters is safety.
Yeah.
Keywords are my thing. It's like, so I live at the edge of impact. I say that all the time. I want to impact people I come in contact with. And then in this case, I don't have a lot of places I've called home. So if I call a place where I reside, my dogs are at, to be clear, there's an 8-year-old at. And it's we're like, everybody got here, got to be safe. I'm not going to ask a lot of questions. You're going to answer something the wrong way, and I'll deal with the repercussions afterwards. But because if like you say the wrong thing, I'm going to presume that nobody's in here safe. And under that presumption, bad things are going to follow. Because I'm going to impact and provide safety at all costs.
Hey, look, folks, and that is a corporate educational way of saying you with your ass beat, nigga.
Like, what happened, little boy? He whipped my ass, nigga.
Like, damn, he was so polite when you had to be.
He had me choked up with one hand and was
They gave me
smiling.
some water, nigga. Like,
Hey, bro, you need some water before you go? Like, did you rethink that?
So when we're talking about pride and ego, I have none because safety is the most important thing. And in this case, I really want everybody around me to win. And I mean, let's just go back to the moment where I kind of chastised Stan and Jamil. I said, guys, you're watching me do something that you've never seen before, realistically, right? And that's build pit bully kennels.
Yeah.
And I said, you guys have both met Jack before. I've seen him at least, right?
But that was because we didn't have no experience in even investing in shit, or me personally.
And fast forward, I say, you're watching this growth. I have a kid who said, hey, Trev, I love where the dog is going. How do I invest? And I'm sitting here with guys who actually are adding value. Jamil's gotten in the suit with Ego. Jamil's gotten in the suit with various dogs or whoever. You know, I've watched it take place. And he goes, you got to watch me creating supplements. You're watching me. And you know, you're hearing me, but you're not hearing me because I'm telling you right now, this is going to sell for this. And it's not going to be overnight, guys. I'm not selling you that dream.
No,
But no, you say that. You say
that shit ain't fast.
Yeah, I'm going to sell the work. So when I'm looking at them, I say, look, I have to, pride and ego says, let me make these niggas feel bad about themselves one day. Because these idiots, you know, that's literally how I'm thinking. On the other side, you go, these idiots are watching me blow past them, bro. I'm talking blow past them. And
It's
I
funny
mean
'cause
that.
we blew up on YouTube first. And
Yeah.
Then they
And,
just
and
like,
even when Jamil told me, oh, but we got 200, I just laughed. In my head, I laughed. You didn't hear me laugh out loud.
Nah,
But
I remember when we went to that abandoned mall
Yeah.
and we was walking and we was talking about something. I was like, I said something. He's like, I know. He was like,
Yeah. And mind you, it's because I said this before. Everybody thought they had a head start against me. You never had a head start. You never did. What you had was some things that worked. But if you don't have a business model, nothing's going to last. So in our case, it's like, oh, outdo me for 5 years.
yeah.
Not the first year. Okay, you got there. 5 years. Give me 5. Now give me 10. Now give me 20. So when I pitched Stan and Jamil, I said, hey guys, listen, I'm going to build 2 more companies. They're going to be rooted in supplements. I'm going to get the animals. And I'm going to make sure that people believe that we're just. Just meaning, hey, we're going to make sure you're clear about why we exist, our purpose, our intent. You never even asked the question, could I invest? Now, Jamil, he's an investor in some things at his own self, to be clear, which is the most important thing you could ever invest in is yourself. And then Stan, he's going to work and showing up and getting the paycheck, and that's it. Never using his money to work for himself. Mm-hmm. And here again, I have a kid playing basketball overseas who calls me because his dad's an engineer who wrote a book on the circle theory specific to choosing Republican or Democrat. And you go, who's going to read this book? It's got to be boring, but the gist of it is, dad's screenshot, he says, this is what I think it is. Dad's an architect, literally by trade. He says, Trev, this is fucking going nuts. I got to get involved. I want to diversify my portfolio. So you look at Stan and Jamil even. Jamil has a portfolio of real estate. Stan has a portfolio of dogs that come in and go, but nothing that's sustainable because once it goes, he no longer makes money. Mm-hmm. So if Stan had, let's say, $1,000 a month that he saved extra, and that $1,000 he put into one thing he believed in, what do you think that would turn into? Well, it could turn into something crazy if you put your money in the right place.
Yep.
And
the first opportunity I had, what did I do? Like,
Yeah.
Look, he's gonna bring the dog here. That's cool. I don't want nothing.
yeah, just
Put that in my investment.
So when you're looking at pride and ego, the Negro in me could be like, man, fuck these. This is ridiculous. I can't even believe they don't see it, and it troubles somebody like me that a white kid got to be kidding and saying that saw the opportunity. Even Jamal, he goes with us too. Our manufacturer, he goes, oh shit, this is a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. He don't even know what's going on. I've been here for 4 or 5 months now, but when he goes in there and he sees and he hears about the guinea pig guy making $3 million, he goes, the fuck?
No disrespect to son, because obviously he figured it out, but it was like the most corniest, wackest presentation, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like on some Circus Olay bullshit packaging, but he's profiting, nigga. $3 to $4 million.
Yeah.
Bro, they was talking, and you know, you know how you just hear something and it just zone out. I'm like,
Yeah.
$3 million, $3 million, $3 million, and I'm looking behind me in a fucking shelf. A fucking stupid ass guinea pig setup, bro.
He's literally looking at the physical product in terms of supplement.
But then I come back and I hear them talking about like the education, you know what I'm saying? What the amino acids and all kind of crazy shit that like this dude is not selling you a bullshit product.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? he's like selling.
And he's not talking about me. He actually met our manufacturer.
Yeah.
And our manufacturer is super well versed
Oh
on
my
making
God.
sure that the products
Oh my God.
are of value. So you understand then why this is going to work long term, because our guy
Oh my God.
is a guy who really believes in integral ingredients, which
the good ingredients, bro.
and he knows his shit. So you go,
And they're going back and forth, bro, to make it make sense.
yeah, me and the guy are. So Jamal's like, oh shit,
This is perfect.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like
You know what I'm
he
saying?
like oh, this makes the ultimate sense now
Well,
because
you could scale a product, but like actually have quality, not quantity.
I know what Drev's doing, and now I know that the guy he's with believes in integrity as well. So, oh, this is over, nigga.
Like they weren't talking about money. They talking about they talking about scalability, which wasn't really rooted in the money. The money comes with the right situation, right? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they just talking about like, yo, the whole conversation. I say 95% of the conversation. I say 90 because it was some wild ass stories too. But 90% of the conversation was about ingredients and what goes with what, and different type of animals and what different type of animals needed, from different vast range of dogs to fucking cows to fucking guinea pigs and fucking hamsters
Yeah.
to fucking bearded dragons. And I was like, yo, holy shit.
And,
You know, like,
and that's
just-
one
just-
thing that I respect so much about Trev is because like he could have taken advantage of us and never offered that opportunity, and like I wouldn't have even known that was a thing.
Bro.
So like he brought it up, and it's like, okay, cool. When I got it,
My
I'm gonna do
conscience,
it.
bro.
But I mean,
My conscience,
you say
man.
you're not a good person. I mean, you got a
mean,
lot of good
What,
traits.
Dina, Dina,
Yeah, that's her
she
name.
ready done comment on the picture and said this nigga says he's not a friend, but look at him doing friend shit. nigga.
I'm just saying this, you know, I respect Stan's. For one, I went out there to see you, Stan, because I love your energy. I saw it through the phone. I saw it in real life. I said, oh man, this guy's onto something. Challenges, he doesn't understand the business.
Yep.
So then you fast forward and you say, oh man, I'm telling you right now, not pride, not ego, I'm going to scale this to $1 billion. You don't want to miss this, man. And I told him before I even had this idea, you can't get bit forever, man. It's not even plausible. Like, you can't play football forever. You can't play basketball. You can't play hockey forever. You know, Jamar, you can't jump 50 inches forever, bro. It's a beautiful thing when you see it. You go, wow. But you get over it real quick. So how do we make money so we can make time?
Yep.
And so I say, mind you, 9 out of 10 people are not making money unless money makes money. I mean, like, yo, did my money work for me? But I go, guys, I don't know everything. I didn't sell them a dream either. I'm not selling them a dream. What I'm telling you is, I would tell you the first product might not work.
Yeah.
What I will tell you is, Jamarcus ran the numbers, and on Puppy Blocks and Fortified alone, we did $80,000 with no marketing. Think about that, guys. There are people who don't make $80,000 a year. We sold, and potty powder, $80,000 worth of product. And if you scroll through the last 3 months of my page, you wouldn't see one picture or video on potty powder, Puppy Blocks, or Fat Blocks. Now imagine if we're trying.
Yeah.
Imagine if we have 10 products where we're really like working on scale.
Just run one ad.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Man. Also,
And mind you, I just looked at even my January to Sunday says I've already reached 800,000 accounts with no hashtags, nigga. And Bob be like, yo, my nigga, just run one ad, nigga. It's over,
that's
nigga.
what
I
It's
get it.
just one
No,
ad is
fuck
going
the
to-
hashtag. We know you ain't gonna just one
yeah, one ad
ad.
turned
So-
into a different.
So what I'm telling these guys, I say, look, I love Jamil supporting, Stan. I love Stan being a supporter of what we're doing. I love Stan supporting his own dream and aspirations by working, on building his thing. But if you don't work to make money work for you, then you're literally just working, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's changed. So you go,
And one of my favorite quotes is you said nobody works harder than a slave.
nobody.
Okay.
And Dr. Claude Anderson, who wrote the book Powernomics, is the one who said that. He said, we get caught up on this working hard thing. He said, but nobody worked harder than a slave. And that's Egyptian included. I'm black, but you think I'm talking about black people. Who worked harder than a slave in any form of fashion and any culture? Nobody, because they worked from the sun went up to the sun went down and had nothing to show for it, bro. It's not a good thing.
It's not.
So I appreciate even you wanting to discuss the pride and ego thing. What I will tell you is, and Jamil too, Jamil, you're going to be okay, I believe, long term. But it's always a beautiful thing when something could hit big for you, right? And in your case, Jamil, what's your extra $10,000? Realistically, it's not gonna kill you, right? Stan's case, he could probably train.
I take 10,000 real quick.
No, I know, but Stan's case, 10,000 could be 2 dogs, and 2 dogs could change. Would it change his life or would it change the person's life? It'll change the consumer's life, but 10,000 on the other hand could change his life long term if he's capable of making the right investment. So you say, hey, what's pride and ego? My man, I don't know that I'll ever know because all I'll ever want is to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So if I had to answer that, what's it mean to me or how, I was like, I don't know, bro.
Yep.
Because I sincerely want everyone around me to be better than me. And that's complicated. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. What it does mean is you have to be very addictive on what it is you want, what do you want to achieve, how you want to get there, who you want to be with, and then what the plan is, what the execution looks like. So are we missing anything in terms of pride and ego?
No, this was a very good little conversation, if you ask me myself.
And that's all that matters, people. We're in a $1:05. You've been listening for an hour and 5 minutes. We might give it a break, jump on the game, come up with another topic. I can't tell you enough. Stan makes a journey up here, which is about an hour and a half away. I want to make sure you utilize this time. Podcasts give us a opportunity to share our voice and express ourselves in ways communicationally that as men we don't always get to do. There are 4 black men specifically on this particular podcast. Everyone had perspective, and my biggest hope for everyone is that they are successful. So I can't thank Jamil, Jamal, and Stan, a.k.a. the Dog Man himself, for pressing forward and moving on. And, I know everybody likes the podcasting thing. It's cool to hear yourself talk, but I didn't get it until I got it, and we got it. And this is a moment that could last forever. So fast forward, we get to this episode, and, 50 episodes from now, you go, wow. They've grown so much. And it's all because we believed in the bigger opportunity. And we don't know what that looks like either. Again, the guy sold books online and made money. And then he turned around. They've got planes and buses and trucks and Sprinter vans. And and they're shipping everything. And they get same day, depending on when you go. And it all started with the book online. And same thing with Netflix. It started with mailing himself a DVD, see if it was plausible. I don't know where the future leads. What I would tell you is that until there's certain increments, meaning numbers hit, on the dog space, I'm on it like a dog on a bone, people. Mm-hmm. And the people around me, they love dogs, and we're going to figure it out. And there's no better place that I should be or could be sitting than amongst this community of men who want more for themselves. So people share, download, subscribe, listen, and most importantly, learn something about yourself. Anything you want to leave them with, Stan, Jamil, and Jamal.
If you need your credit fixed, offer credit solutions. Tell them Iron Sharp sent you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jamil, anything you want to leave with about pride and ego?
Nah, I think you hit it on it now. Good.
What about you, Mo?
Pride and ego, man. Don't let too much of it consume you. You know what I'm saying? That just comes down to that. Too much of something or too much of anything they say could end up being bad for you. It's just about moderation. You know what I'm saying? And then, moderation, checks and balances.
Oh.
So that's about it, man. Don't dwell too much on it, but just have a level of understanding and be able to check yourself when you need to be checked.
Nope. On a serious note, you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else would. And there's no shortcut. You got to put in the work.
Got to.
Boom, people. Look, as always, thank you for listening, people. Hopefully you learn something, most importantly, about yourself. People, take care.